Some people don't care about cool at all. That's fine by me. Some people do. That's also fine by me. And let's face it, when you've got something like the Nikon ZF Sunset Orange, you got to keep the cool rolling. That's just how it is. This is Hobolite IRIS. It looks like a camera. It slides in your pocket, and it's going to solve problems you didn't know you had. Plus, it comes with a whole lot of accessories. G'day everybody, how you going today? It is so good to see you. I do hope you are super well. Today I'm here to talk about the latest from Hobolite, and that is the IRIS. And here it is, looking very cool. This is the sort of aesthetic that I think Hobolite are into. The idea of, you get a camera like the ZF here in Sunset Orange, or you might have it in black. Looks, aesthetics is something that's important to you. And obviously, this is something that Hobolite are working on as well. There are tons of lights in the market, and they come in all sorts of form factors. Most of them are plastic, and I've used quite a lot of the brands. Most of them don't get anywhere near the attention to detail to aesthetic, but it's also build quality, ergonomics, usability, graphical user interface. This is something, when it comes to lights, that some people might not care about at all. And there are other people who absolutely say, there's a ZF in Sunset Orange, and this is absolutely exactly the way I want to have a little bit of fill light on my ZF. And I have to say, this just looks absolutely amazing. But looks is one thing, and let's talk about the build quality. This is machined out of a single piece of aluminium, so it's a very strong structure. The sort of build that you'd find in the chassis of high-end cameras, where it's just all one piece. Now, it being all one piece, it just makes it feel great in the hand, but it's not just about that feeling of assurity. It's also actually about how rugged is it, and it's going to be very rugged because of that single piece that it's milled out of. Very easy to use buttons. We have the on switch here that gets us going very easily, and then we can change our brightness, as you can see here, or we can change our color temperature by pressing the on and off switch very quickly, and you can see it going all the way here from 2700 kelvins all the way up to 6500 kelvins. You just hold this main switch down here, and that gets you into the menu system, which is pretty basic, but that gives you a little bit of control over turning Bluetooth on and off, along with giving you those modes like strobe mode, candlelight mode, TV mode, fireworks mode, and all those sorts of modes that, let's face it, most lights have it. When it comes to what this light does in regards to light itself, then yes, that's pretty standard across the board. We can go from 0 to 100%, and we can change the color temperature, and we have a few special effects. This is obviously not RGB. This is a bi-color light. It allows us to go through the color temperatures that are going to cover most of our needs. There's another trick to this light that I really love, and it makes it super useful in the field. Because let's face it, here's this light. It's unlikely to be overwhelming the sun. Maybe if I get it this close, which I can shoot, this is about 30 centimeters, I can shoot with a 16mm lens. That's probably something like 27 there, somewhere in here. I'll just keep making sure we stay in focus. And I'll get a bit closer, I'll be out of focus, and you can just see how the light's changing there. Can you use this as a fill light in bright sunlight? I actually think that you can. Here we are right now, vlogging on the beautiful ZF with the beautiful Hobolite IRIS and getting a result. So not only does this work at nighttime, twilight, interiors, but if you are vlogging, this will give you some fill, and that's helpful. But we'll just get away with doing that, and that's great. But this is what I want to talk about. This is this system, which is a magnetic system. It's great. It's just so easy to use. They're very powerful magnets, but there's way more that comes in the box. And it's the modifiers in this creator kit, which I kind of think make it a little bit next level. Obviously other kits come with modifiers, but these are high quality and it comes with a lot. And so I think that's a good thing. Another little magnetic thing here This is called the magic one. It's a little bit of a sort of mirror ball along with this standard one that comes with it. But then we have kind of an iris spotlight attachment, which I think is pretty cool and does allow you to control the light. That's great. And we have this modifier here, which is essentially a softbox. Now, usually when you soften light, you do lose some of your light, and it really depends on the manufacturer, whether that's cutting, say, 50%. If that was working at 30 centimeters, I might need to be at 15, which is what this whole scenario is about. You've got your ZF, and then you've got your beautiful Hobolite IRIS, and you just want to do a little bit of this with your 16mm lens. That's actually going to work. So that is off, on, off, on. Pretty amazing that you could use this as I'm using this to vlog and actually get some fill with such a small light running at full power, and it'll do this for quite a while. I can vlog quite easily with the camera like this close, and I'm still, this is still actually a really normal frame, and we can actually see that that light is making an impact on camera there. This can be used in all sorts of scenarios, and the idea is at this sort of price point, it's for content creators who are on the run. You know, you just want to get things done, and you want to get them done quickly, easily, but you still want to look cool at the same time. And as I said before, there's nothing wrong with that. Some people are going to not worry about aesthetics, and some people absolutely do. And I do attribute the Hobolite brand a little bit to, yeah, cameras like the ZF, along with all of the Fuji retro cameras, also along with Leica and Hasselblad, with obviously pretty much any Leica, the M series of course, as well as Hasselblad and their X2D and the X1D2. All of those cameras, they're highly aesthetic. Obviously a camera like the ZF and most, not quite all, Fujis, the APS-C cameras, there is a high degree of aesthetic involved in, one, why we like them, and two, well, why some people purchase them. If you look here, there is a little gap for a few different cool modifiers. They come in different colors, and you can obviously rotate them within the frame to get different effects, and third parties and perhaps Hobolite will come up with more. This is the creator kit, and along with all of these modifiers, you get the basic light and you get a USB-C to USB-C cable. I think for the price point of 399 Australian dollars, and of course, if you're looking at overseas pricing, you've always got to remember that, for example, in the USA, they don't include taxes, and their taxes are different in every state, I think, whereas our prices are always including a 10% GST. And finally, the thing I love most about Hobolite, and I'd like to spend even more time with some of their higher end lights, but there's a specific type of light that it generates. And when I was using their highest end light, the Pro, a gorgeous soft light comes out of that beam, and it makes the job of the photographer a little bit easier when you've got such gorgeous light to work with. And I think Hobolite instills that level of light quality across their range. Little things which I think are quite big things that are really great about this light. For example, it is IP54 rated. And what that means is a little bit of rain is not going to bother this light at all. And that is super cool. It also means it is dust sealed. It's not the highest level, but you can be confident that if it starts to sprinkle here, probably not a tropical downfall, but if it starts to rain here a little, a sprinkle, even a light rain, I would have no problem continuing to shoot. This is great, and of course it can run from your phone. It has NFC, so where applicable, your phone just automatically connects straight away. If you're an iPhone user, Bluetooth, and once you're connected, you're always connected. Okay, we are on the 16mm f1.8 Viltrox. We're at 1/50th of a second at f2.8, as that is a more common aperture. We're at 100 ISO. If we were on an f4, we could easily be at 200 ISO, and we would not see the difference in video or in stills. Now, the light is about 50 centimeters from my face. It is at 50%, and our kelvins are 5500. And what we're shooting with here, this is the basic kit. This is 199 Australian dollars. And this has the basic modifier, which allows you to control the field of view of the light. And look, I think it's a great place to start if you're interested in this light. Now, of course, this light's weatherproof, rainproof. So if it started to rain right now, I'd have no problem. I'd absolutely keep shooting. So we can see here, the sun is it's set about 5 minutes ago behind me. And this is what it's going to look like. And you've got no problem using this light in the twilight and, of course, into the darkness. I think it's a great, great option. Super high quality, long battery life, great, beautiful, soft light. And if you want to go for the creator kit and get the modifiers, you can.
And it can't be underemphasized what's possible with all of the different modifiers, especially when you consider the creator kit. If you're into creative lighting, that's absolutely the way to go. There is just simply so many creative opportunities. The Iris, it's such a great little beautiful light hiding in your pocket, standing by for any creative moment.
We are at 1/50th f1.8 ISO 800 on the Viltrox 16mm. It is 7 hours after sunset. It is most definitely very dark. Don't know if you can hear those bats. And we are at 12% on the Hobolite. It's currently off because we're going a little bit Blair Witch. You might just be able to see a tree in front of me there in the dark. Let's turn the light on. 12%, 5500 kelvins. There it is. Let's go a little bit Blair Witch. Oh, here we go. Yes, into the forest, into the trees. Here's the tree. I think it wants to eat me. Okay, all right. So, yep, that's all suitably scary. But the reason we're here is to talk about how does it vlog. We're about 50 centimeters from my face here, at 12% with the soft dome on, as well as the Fresnel lens behind that. It's a ridiculously soft light. It looks really, really good. And it just shows that this sort of level of power you can run for hours and hours. This could certainly be used at night. Okay, so this is 50 centimeters or something like 50 centimeters. Let's have a look at something like 2 meters. So we'll just put this down on 2 meters from the camera, and this gives you an idea of what 12% gives you at 2 meters with the softbox on and the Fresnel lens in the middle of the night. It's very dark where I am here right now. Very, very dark. There's with the dome off at 100%, and the tree is about 3 meters, 9 feet, and the leaves behind are double that, so 18 feet, 6 meters, perhaps further. Now I'll put the soft dome on. And you can see that does reduce the light a little bit, but still very cool. 1/50th f1.8 ISO 800 on the Viltrox 15mm. I love the light. I love the aesthetics. I love all the accessories you get with them. And most of all, I love how compact this is. You can just have it in your bag, and there's no dramas having it in your bag, and then it can give you some light, some fill, some emergency light if you need it, and it's always there. And of course, it's USB-C rechargeable, and it can also run off that USB-C, so you can just have it tethered for a long time that way as well. All right, everybody. Well, this is the Hobolite Iris. It's been an absolute pleasure to share it with you. It's being released around the world today. And please do let me know in the comments below, is this something that you would be interested in? An extraordinarily high-quality build, high-quality type of light that it throws with a CRI of 96 plus and a TLCI of 96 plus. This has a high degree of color accuracy, along with just being there whenever you need it. Look, I think it's great fun, and so much of what we do today is about enjoyment. The pleasure of not only what we create, but the artifacts we create with. And, you know, this is something that people all around the world continue to enjoy. I look forward to hearing your thoughts in the comments below about the Hobolite Iris. It's been so good to see you. And if this is your first time here, I'd love to see you again. So please do subscribe, please share, and please like. All right, bye for now.